So the movie started by thinking of my own kids growing up, and then quickly expanded to all of us growing up and dealing with our own issues still, even years later. So I think in some sense the film is autobiographical, but it's also inclusive of all the people, very collaborative process. Because that's a difficult time, I think, for everybody, and everyone has either had kids or been a kid. And so this film is really about you, and it has something to say. I think emotions are at the core of everything. You know, if you sit and listen to a lecture and someone reads a bunch of facts, you kind of fall asleep. But if someone tells you something engaging that makes your heart race or makes you cry, you remember that for years. So that's what we're trying to do. Within the film, right now, as the film wrapped up, we have anger, fear, sadness, disgust, and of course joy. As we were going, we also had pride, we had hope. What else do we have, Jonas?
Schadenfreude at one point.
That's right, Schadenfreude, and ennui, and we had a larger cast, and you start to get confused, like, wait, who is that again, and what do they do? So we thought 5 was a good group to keep a good kind of banter back and forth, but small enough to really know.
I mean, we cast the film. We wanted it to be an ensemble comedy. We wanted it to feel conversational, and our cast is such great. They're improv artists, they're comedians, they're great actors, they're writers. I mean, Amy really helped us craft the dialogue and the characters, as did Bill Hader. Lewis Black obviously fits the suit perfectly as Anger. I think Phyllis Smith was our sort of surprise find as Sadness. She steals the show in many ways. Mindy Kaling is Disgust. I think I'm proud of it. It's one of the best casts I think ever assembled for an animated movie or any movie. I mean, they're wonderful. We feel very lucky to work with them.
So I was always telling great stories, and we're so excited that we're going to get another adventure in the Toy Story universe. I think fans thought that the third film was very much a definitive end to that. I'm curious, what was it that made you personally sort of feel there was more story to tell with that?
Well, it kind of started in John Lasseter's office. We were talking about something on this show, I think, and the conversation kind of evolved to this idea that John had been playing around with for quite a while. And Andrew said something, and John said something, and suddenly this whole idea kind of sparks. And John is, of course, directing it and is super enthusiastic, very excited about it. You'll see it in a year and a half. Is that when it's supposed to be done? They're 17.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they're booking. It's awesome.